deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees.
I didn't sexual assault anybody.
Ms. Anna Rodriguez.
Ask that again, please.
No doubt. Hugging, kissing.
To have inappropriate contact because we deserve better. I certainly will not be choosing people to date that work under me.
Fani Willis has been defeated yet again. She first defeated herself by sleeping with the top prosecutor. She thought she was just going to get banged and get rich all at the same time by a married man, by the way, because she had to dogpile and bully the white orange Republican man. She had to do it, okay? It was what everybody, it was the end thing to do, was just bully the orange man. So that's what she tried and failed, of course. She got, I believe it was over $1 million approved for infrastructure projects. She was supposed to improve her district. She's the district attorney over Fulton County. She was supposed to improve her district. Of course, didn't do that. Decided, oh, I'm going to use all this money that's supposed to go to improve people's life to prosecute the orange man, you know, paying the guy that I'm banging to be the top prosecutor. Turn around and he's paying for a bunch of trips on credit card, and she's allegedly paying him back in cash that nobody can trace. It was the stupidest thing that I've ever seen. And now she's failed miserably because on top of already inevitably being removed from the case, even though that took a while to happen, she was inevitably removed from the case. The case was given to another prosecutor, and they said no. Let's go ahead and react to this video about it. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
This is CNN Breaking News.
We are following breaking news just into CNN. A Georgia prosecutor officially dropped the historic racketeering case against President Trump and others for attempting to overturn the 2020 presidential election. I want to go right to CNN's Kara Scannell. What are you learning, Kara?
Good morning, Pam. Yeah, this new filing in from the prosecutor who had taken the place to look into the Fulton County investigation of Donald Trump and others has filed a motion with the court saying that they are not going to move forward with the case. They're dropping the charges. What he filed what's known as a nolle pros, and that means that in theory, because if the statute of limitations hasn't run out, a case could be refiled. But he attached to his filing about a 20-page statement explaining his rationales for why he did not think that they should move forward with this case. You'll remember this was the case that began with Donald Trump making a call to the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, urging him to find the votes. And then District Attorney Fani Willis brought this historic investigation. And
you know what's crazy is that this exact same thing happened with Kamala Harris.
When I got a call from my campaign manager that it looks like we need 200,000 more votes that we can't find.
But nobody did anything. The Democrats love context when it's something that they're doing. But if a conservative does it, it's like lock them up, like throw them in jail and throw away the key.
Filed those racketeering charges against Donald Trump and dozens of others for interfering with the 2020 election. She was then disqualified from the case because of an undisclosed romantic relationship with another prosecutor. And that is how this case now fell into the hands earlier this month of a prosecutor who was assigned the job of trying to find someone to take on this case. He said that he couldn't because there were too many conflicts, and he took it on himself. Now we're seeing the results of that, and that is that he is saying that they are not going to move forward with this case. And he summarized it in part by saying that he made this decision by examining the case file, examining what the jury had been presented, and also considerations of the law. He says that, contesting an election is not unlawful, but and that is part of the reasons for why he decided not to move forward with the charges at this point. But again, this is a nolle pros filing, meaning that they're dropping the case right now. In theory, it could be revived if the statute of limitations doesn't run out. But of course, Donald Trump is still in office for another 3 years. Pam, this is the last of the criminal prosecutions that have been hanging over Donald Trump as he entered the White House. The only conviction that he faced out of the 4 indictments was the one in New York for the hush money payments, and that one he is appealing. Pam?
All right.
So that one probably going to get thrown out too eventually. I can't wait to make a video about that. So rather than you know, make a meltdown video, because that's, you know, normally what I do. Like, the liberals are melting down. I got just a couple clips of people roasting DA Fani Willis because of how much of a buffoon she is.
Fani Willis hired her secret boyfriend to prosecute Trump, and it just cost her the biggest case in Georgia history. This is wild. One of the co-defendants files a motion claiming that Fani hired her boyfriend to be the prosecutor, and that she's secretly dating this guy, that he's billing the county big money, allegedly using those fees to take Willis on luxury vacations to Napa Valley, the Caribbean. This triggers the most explosive televised hearings you've ever seen. This is the one where Fani takes the stand, has to ask questions about her love life on live TV. She's fiery, she's defensive, talking about keeping cash in her apartment. It was nuts.
Quick. Somebody go check on big booty Fani Willis. This is a massive win for President Trump. Are you guys tired of winning yet? Are you? Because here is another one. We have some breaking news. That entire case, Miss Big Booty Fani Willis fiasco, is over.
Yeah, she can't. Come on now, that's a conflict of interest. How she gonna hire somebody that she's screwing around with? And I'm making this video for y'all now. So, hey, Trump doing this thing. I know y'all hate him, but hey, you gotta give him his props for beating that RICO case.
What do you know? It's almost like they knew it was bullshit the whole fucking time. And that has to be really unsettling for big old Fani Willis. Slap that Fani. Slap that Fani. Ah, she's gonna go to jail. Democrats for Trump. Dave, I need you to write a new song. Fani Willis going to jail. Fani Willis is going to jail.
The whole case completely collapsed because of Fani Willis and this secret boyfriend. And then what does it say about Fani Willis? How do you screw up a case more than they screwed up the Young Thug RICO? This.
You failed once again. The dark will always come to light, and President Trump will always continue to win. Are you tired yet? I'm not.
This is something that this lady brought on herself. Well, you know what's crazy is, if there wasn't so much desperation and so much hypocrisy going on here, there was actual integrity, maybe these cases actually could have been adjudicated, and maybe they could have actually took Trump down. But the fact of the matter is, these people never had real cases. These were just evil, vindictive people. Okay, they're trying to revive this race war. Some of them, especially like several black women who were on the attack against Trump, they're trying to revive this race war, obviously just to benefit their own personal gain. That's all it ever is about at the end of the day. It's like a 90, 95, maybe 99% chance that whatever they're doing is for personal gain, for notoriety, or you don't know this person's name. After these cases, now you know. I can't really see a day where Fani Willis isn't like just made fun of into perpetuity because it is. So if nothing else, it's just going to be a massive embarrassment for her and for her kids, by the way, 2 daughters. And I think one of her daughters was pregnant. So I guess make that an embarrassment for the grandkids too. So at this point, the latest saga of the Young and Restless might officially be over. Maybe this is the conclusion. We shall see. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching A Black Anomaly. Right. I'm out. Big shout out to my members, 655, Cat 3309, and Noodle. Could not do it without you.
The DA drinking Grey Goose, in case anybody wondering.
Look, I was indicted by Fani in Georgia. Fani. How did that work out? And her lover, Nathan Wade. And they hired him for almost $1 million because of his great experience. Of course, he didn't have any experience. He had experience in something else. You know that.